pivot for a quick second. Let's go back down memory lane to your childhood. You were almost kicked out of high school. Why?
Boy, my grades was rough. So we went. Cause I went to public school my whole life, man. So public school, it was like, you turn your stuff in, you getting C's, B's, or whatever. So I'm like, freshman year in high school, my GPA like 3.6. I was cool. I was locked in. And then I transferred to Sidwell, and it was like they were speaking a different language, but like stuff that they was learning. Like, I had no I couldn't comprehend what they were talking about. They were just like explicating poems and talking about how this author would put a capital letter here and on this word in the middle of a sentence, and that means get the reader to fully comprehend, his mind. I'm like, bro, what the hell are y'all talking about, dog? I'm sitting there, bro, like, dog, this makes no sense. Just because of you coming out with a 3-letter explanation because he capitalized the T and the in the middle of a sentence. Like, bro, this makes no sense. So my grades was bad, and it was like I would take hour bus ride to school, so I'd be up at 6. I'm like, first period English, I'm like falling asleep.
Right.
My wife now at the time was in my class, she's laughing at me and all that. After my sophomore year, they were like, yeah, I think my dad still has the letter. They gave him like, yeah, we think he should be going somewhere else. We think he'll be more successful elsewhere with his basketball career and, da-da-da. Thing that was cool is people around me, my friends, people in like the Civil Friends community, parents and some teachers, they kind of went to bat for me, and they were like, we didn't give him the proper resources to be successful. They kind of rallied and kind of changed the headmaster's decision to let me back in, and then at that point it was like I can't leave that support structure that that went to bat for me to go somewhere else. Cause I was thinking about going to Montrose Christian. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go play for Stu Vetter. I'm gonna go hoop, get rain to go wherever college I want to go to and call it a day. But then once they did all that, it was like I can't leave this.
That school's also famous. Chelsea Clinton went there. Both of the Obama girls also went to that high school, and that just sort of tells you the level of status and family that goes to that school. I went to a private school. I remember walking in the kitchen and my mom's on the phone telling the lady that collects the payments, okay, I can pay you, I get paid at this time, I can cash my check and pay y'all this much. I get paid at that time, I can cash my check and pay y'all that much. When I was around families who lived in these big houses, I'd go visit them, and I could just tell like we were different. But I was a football player, and they wanted me to go to that school, and they gave me a little bit of help at times. For you, were there ever moments where it was uncomfortable because you knew you didn't come from what those people at those schools came from?
When I stepped into that building, when I stepped out that building, that was my moment. It was 3 years of that moment. And it was just, like you said, like people there got, most of them come from money, right? So I remember there was one time my sophomore year, you got to leave campus during lunch or free period, like you get a sign out. I'm like, oh, this is dope. Like, y'all get to leave? Y'all get to leave here? Okay. And that's still, well, I'm not gonna lie, like their food was like absurd. Like, bro, they had, whatever you wanted, they basically had. So I'm sitting there like, knowing I don't got 2 quarters to rub together. I'm over there dining and then one of my friends, it was like, yo, we about to go to Chipotle for lunch, bro. You want to come with? I looked at him. I'm like, I got no bread, bro. I got no bread to buy this $6 Chipotle burrito. And the dude, he ain't understand. He was like, what you mean bread? Like, bro, I don't know what you want. I said, bro, I don't got the money, bro. I don't got it. And like that was like one of my like probably first couple of weeks there, and it was just like, going to like friend's house or party, going to some parties. It was always big cribs. They'll go to Georgetown and hang out. I'm like, bro, I always said like I hated going to Georgetown. I'm like, I don't got no bread, no bread to really be out here. I'm like, I'm out of my element right now. Yeah. But those moments were just it was a constant, that whole time.
You had a host family. We talked to Caleb Williams. He went to Gonzaga, and he said his family just got him an apartment there so he could be there. Your host family, you've gotten close enough to them to call them, like moms and papa and different things like that. What was that experience like, and how grateful are you to them for, one, allowing you to be there throughout the weeks, go home on the weekends, but also your parents having that understanding that was the best thing for you?
It was tough, right? Because going through it, it was like I was extremely excited about it because they lived in Gaithersburg. We went downstairs. I had like basically my own room. Like downstairs was like the kind of like a little living room area. It was like my own space, right?
Okay.
So it was dope because we were in with my family, we were in like a 2-bedroom apartment. It was like 5 of us at the time, and then my dad welcomed one of my brother's friends in who's had a family tragedy. So it was like 6 of us. So I actually had like my own, room, my own space. So I was excited with that. I was grateful for, my host family who obviously, opened their house to me and gave me, whatever resources I need to kind of be successful. And obviously I'm close to them to this day. Matt, obviously, is on the pod with me. Yeah. Call her mama, call my host dad Pops, little brother Charlie. So I'm close to them to this day. Senior at Villanova, they actually moved to Philly because he was commuting back and forth to New York. So I got to see them all the time. So I was extremely grateful for everything that they did for me, they sacrificed for me. And then now looking at it from, me having kids, I look at it from my parents' side. I'm just like, damn, like I know that was probably really tough for them. And I gotta show them, a lot of love for it because, they're basically, giving their kid to someone else to raise for, 5-6 days out the week. And like they come home for a Saturday or a Sunday, if I'm not going out, hanging out with friends. So there was times, my junior, senior year, they'd see me maybe once a week.
Right.
So I know that was probably tough for them. And now me, being a parent, I'm extremely thankful to them because they made that sacrifice. They're giving their baby away, for him to improve and grow up as a person. But, for them, I know that was, pretty tough.
Yeah.